Hi, I'm Carol Gregory, and I am Church 247. Good morning. I'm Carol Gregory, and this is my testimony. I was saved as a child at Bible school. I've gone to church all my life. As a child, my mother always spent Sunday afternoons reading to my sister and me Bible stories. She was a single mom. My father left us when my sister and I were toddlers. When I prayed at night, I pictured God. I always saw him sitting in a velvet Queen Anne chair. I'd never seen one at that time, so I don't know how I came up with that. He was always facing a lovely, comforting fireplace. I couldn't see his face for the wing of the chair, but as I talked to him, he would slip his arm over the side of the chair and hold my hand. It was always the most safe, comforting feeling. I've always felt God in my life, sometimes more strongly than others. I've done many different kinds of work in church and enjoyed it. Later on, after I became a nurse in my late 30s, I didn't have as much time to devote as my church, as I had become a single mother also. My husband died when he was 32 years old. Our children were 11, 9, and 2. That 2-year-old became Coral's mother 28 years later. God gave me a real heart for single mothers, from raising my 3 precious children and from my mom raising us. I'll tell you more in a few minutes about how that fits into God's plan for my life. I became even closer to God as a hospice nurse. I found I liked being close to people who were going to be close to Jesus soon. I believe other than being a mother to my children, God sent me here to be a hospice nurse. Many times God sent me to see a patient or a family with a specific message for them. I never knew when I was on my way there, but I always knew on the way home that God had used me according to his plans. There is nothing more joyful than knowing that you are doing what God sent you here to do. I started attending Church 247 a couple of months after it started. Last year, around this time, the devil just got hold of me. I stopped attending church. I couldn't seem to get started to another church because I know now that God meant me to be here. In late October, I found out I needed open heart surgery, and one of my first thoughts was to get in touch with Hope and ask if Clay and the elders would come and pray with me. They blessed me by coming the night before my surgery. They laid hands on me and cried out to God on my behalf. It was one of the most uplifting experiences of my life. I felt power flow into me. I knew God still had work for me to do here. And that brings me back to the single moms. I believe that what I experienced as a single mom shows me that moms have the weight of the world on their shoulders. I believe the support of a loving church for them and their children would be a blessing from God. I spoke with Clay about this recently, one Tuesday night in his study. With his blessing, and I hope the blessing of this church, we will begin a ministry for single moms. We'll meet once a month beginning soon. It'll be a time to talk about whatever they're struggling with at the moment, and believe me, they're struggling all the time. We'll arrange childcare for this meeting. If you have any interest in being involved in this ministry in any way, please let me or Hope or Clay know. I believe I'm going where God is leading, but it won't be a success, though, without you and your prayers.